History has its eyes on Bangladesh. Right now, as we speak, it is going through a political transformation. Amidst the streets, there is chaos in the fight for democracy. Was this something that happened overnight, or was this something that was built upon years of angst? What about the violence? The violence faced by minority groups such as Hindus amidst this chaos? And what about refugees? Are there any refugees near the borders right now as we speak, struggling to get out? What will happen from here on out in Bangladesh? What is the future of politics? And who is leading this revolution? The youth or the new government, the military? We will find out today in a short Zoom interview with Bangladesh's General Zaman. We may begin whenever you're ready. Can I start?
I'm ready. You can start. Yes.
First off, good evening, sir. It's truly a great opportunity for us to be able to talk to you today. Bangladesh is making headlines in the international community at present, and the world wants to know what is going on. Can we call this a sort of revolution? What label would you put on the current movement in Bangladesh?
You can call it a revolution. First of all, thank you very much for considering me. And I want to welcome all of the viewers. As far as I assess the situation, if I want to explain it, it's a kind of course, it's revolution. You can name it in any other form, but it's a kind of uprising, a kind of mass uprising. So what happened in Bangladesh for last more than a decade, that a particular political party was ruling this country, and at some point of time in the process, the democratic institutions started falling apart, and that became a kind of authoritarian kind of regime in Bangladesh. So in the process, the political parties, they were non-existent to some extent, and they could not voice anything for last 15 years or so. So at some point of time, our young mass, the student of Bangladesh in various places, they started this revolution. They started in a very small scale, a kind of quota kind of adjustment. There are some problems in a job quota in Bangladesh.
Could you elaborate on the problems?
I just briefly elaborate. We had a quota for the freedom fighters and their families. And in that, the families extended up to the grandchildren of a particular freedom fighter. So when that is considered, then a sizable number of quota is going in favor of the freedom fighters, families or other things. So what happened is, to some extent, that even if they are not at all professional, or if they are not at all eligible, even after that, to fulfill the quota, they were given opportunities, job opportunities, and many other things, educational opportunities, all kind of opportunities they were given. So this particular thing, it's a faulty kind of system. So for a long time, our students, and you can say that it extended up to everywhere, that they were not satisfied. They were not happy about it, about this job quota, because they are more professional, more intelligent, and good, with good capability. With the good capability, there are many potential. Students, they could not get opportunity in good job. So that was the main problem that started, and that continued for a long time. But early this year, there was some kind of discontentment, and then the ruling was decided by the High Court. The High Court, they stood for the job quota system, what was going on so far. So whatever the students wanted, that was not fulfilled. So they continued their demands.
And it eventually
So at
grew
some-
into a national level.
Yeah. So at some point of time, the government agreed to fulfill the requirement. But by this time, some kind of accidents, I should not say that accidents, some kind of escalation took place. I should
Yes.
put it in that form, escalation. So at some point of time that government was strong on the mob, and strong on the processions, and they opened fire to some places. Students died, and some unprecedented, what should you say, extraordinary things happened. And
Yes.
mass uprising took place in a manner it couldn't be stopped. It
Yes.
just went by itself. There was no way that it could be stopped.
It was the
And that
people's
is
power.
it's a portrayal or projection of people's power. It's unprecedented, unbelievable. It was something that it cannot be explained in any manner, because every walk of people joined this revolution or
Sir,
uprising.
News
Yeah.
reports say that student leaders have been clear that they do not accept a military-led government, but rather want Professor Yunus to lead. What are the plans for
Yeah.
Bangladesh's future leadership? What do you think the future government will look like?
Yeah. At this point, the interim government has taken the oath yesterday,
Yes.
and Professor Yunus, revered, accepted, respected all over the world. He has
Yes.
taken over as the chief advisor of the interim government, and he has his own setup to repair. First, the question is to repair the faulty democratic system or the government system, and then he is going to present us a election for the next government to take place. But what we understand that the problems took place so far. In last, I can say that after liberation till today, we do not have a democratic practice.
Yes.
Meaning of democratic practice did not come into effect in our country.
Yes.
So at some point of time, and every time, whenever some government came, after some time, they forgot about the people's power, or democratic institutions, democratic norms and etiquettes and system. They forget about it.
Yes.
And they behaved like a authoritarian, autocratic kind of entities. And that's why people sustained this thing for a long time. And the outburst, the latest outburst is, the 5th August overturn of the government. It was
Yes.
inevitable, to tell you frankly. It was inevitable in Bangladesh that this could have been done 10 years back or 15 years back or 5 years back, but that happened this year.
So this was a
on 5th
gradual
August.
buildup. This didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, it did happen overnight. Yeah, true, of course.
What do you think the future of Bangladesh will stand from now?
I'm very optimistic.
Yes.
Because Professor Yunus is a person who is, I believe that he's going to make meaningful changes
Indeed.
for our country. And as you say, that military-backed government, it's not totally military-backed government. Military did not really came into that way that normally we anticipate. Military is supposed to be, say, a lot many things could happen. Army could, launch emergency, declare
Yes.
emergency. That didn't happen. It's only Bangladesh Army is supporting the government to take position. They are helping the government. And due to this uprising, our police force is inactive totally. You don't find any police force is working anywhere.
Yes.
The police stations are totally vacant. Nobody is there to look after day-to-day law and order situations. As such, it was necessary that some other force got to be installed to take care of those things. And we have started doing it. And today, Bangladesh Army has started, activating all those police stations by the support of our some auxiliary forces. So now things are taking in different shape. I mean,
Yes.
military, it's not military backed, military supported, you can say, military supported
Yes.
entity, military supported process. So it's very early stage of the process it's very difficult to say the future, but we are very optimistic. We're very optimistic. We will not stop
Yes.
before a total overhauling of the system, total overhauling. There will be no stop.
Yes.
So maybe the other political parties, they are very, impassioned. That doesn't mean anything to us.
Yes.
We consider that we have started this revolution, this uprising. There is no stop before it has got a total overhauling.
Yes.
If needed, Bangladesh will have a total different kind of democratic system, totally different. Maybe it will not go with any other countries. It will have a totally different kind of effect and totally different kind of appearance. It will be democracy, definitely, but that will have a different kind of effect. Yeah.
While it is extraordinary that such a transformation is occurring as we speak, it's also important to address that there are lives that are being lost. Hundreds of deaths have been reported since the demonstration started.
Yeah.
We understand that it is
unfortunate.
very difficult to control the excitement of the masses while still being in the middle of transforming the government. But what measures is the current government and the military taking place to help with this?
You won't believe our students who overturned a well-established government.
Yes.
They have come out in the street, and they had been controlling the traffics. They had been controlling all around. It's something unbelievable to see,
Yes.
So nothing extraordinary things happened. No law and order breach happened. But when there is no specific kind of law enforcing agencies, there will be some problems. That took place in some places, but that is not extraordinary. People had long hatred, long agitation, a long kind of anger in the mind, deep-rooted anger. So even if you want to stop it, it's very difficult to stop.
Yes.
But even after that, police left their positions. They could not withstand because the mass people was very angry on the police because they acted as an instrument to that political party. So they had a lot of hatred and anger on the police forces. So they could not stand the pressure of the common mass. So they had to leave their posts, and they are not organized yet. But the police, the IG, Inspector General, is already posted, installed. So now things will take shape. The police force will reorganize, and military and other forces will help them. But at this moment, Bangladesh Ansar is another auxiliary forces. They are trying to organize this vacuum. At the same time, Bangladesh Army is also helping in every police stations, all the level, in our Thana levels. We call it Thana. I don't know what is called in Nepal or other places. So in small, geographic area, we call it Thana. So all the Thanas are already taken care of. Bangladesh Army, with the support of other auxiliary forces, they have installed a kind of law and order situations. So now things are taking in a good shape. Good shape, yeah.
Yes. There are, however, reports of arson and religious violence against the minority groups, especially the Hindus, being reported amidst the demonstrations. Is there any particular reason for this? Is there any protection being granted to the innocent civilians caught up in the violence?
We are always very, very sensitive about it. Our administration, we all are very sensitive about this particular issue because, in all over the world, it's a very, very, we should say that this point can be overlooked, that everywhere in the world, the minorities are sometimes suppressed, sometimes they are being attacked, or they face many, many negative effects of society. But after this uprising, the student mass, they have taken responsibility. They have taken over. They have already guarded. They are still guarding some of the temples of Hindus and other minorities, and some of the even religious groups of our country. They are also doing the same thing, because we understand that this particular issue will come to undermine this uprising. So the people who are involved in this uprising, they're also aware of it. So that's why definitely, when there is some kind of confusions, some kind of situation where everything is out of order, so then accidents take place.
Yes.
Somebody will try to do something and blame others, blame again. So they're trying to do that. To stop that, these students, they have taken this responsibility. They are guarding those temples at night. They're standing in front of it, in front of the temples.
It seems
So I
that
can
these
say
students
that-
are taking limelight in this scenario.
Yeah, they have become a kind of, I should say that, extraordinary. It's difficult to even explain, difficult to even define their
Yes.
positions. They're superheroes.
Indeed.
Yeah, they are acting as superheroes.
Yes.
I also act. They are truly a superheroes.
Yes.
So they are doing that. When they check, they are controlling the vehicles in the street as traffic police. So I have seen them, how they are approaching, how they don't know many things. They don't know how to check. Even after that, they're doing it. So it's unprecedented. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
Extraordinary. It's truly extraordinary. So it's a kind of thing that a long time will remember it, and long time people will make reference of it.
Yes.
That how the student mass did this surprising, and with held this thing, held and sustained. So this is very important to understand. These young boys and girls, they don't know anything about how to control things, how to control law and order, but they have taken over. They're learning it and they're doing it.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. This process is unbelievable. Democracy can make unbelievable things, and this is the example of it. I believe that this event or this uprising will give us a lot of scope of research and many things, because it didn't happen anywhere in the world. In Bangladesh, it happened, and people will study about it. People will have research on it. So this is really extraordinary and great kind of thing happening every day, every moment.
Yes.
And the day this uprising started, the students, they're out of their house and they're doing it. Even today, if you go outside, you'll find that they're controlling vehicles, they're controlling law and order, they're controlling they're everywhere in the systems.
Yes.
Unbelievable, Yeah.
Sir, despite what you have said, according to the news reports and the various videos circulating on the internet, we still see a lot of arson being committed, and there's violence against Hindus. Is it still happening right now as of this moment? Can you say something about that?
No, not that in that scale, not that
Yes.
in that scale, because you see that blame game, that tendency of blame game will be there always, because say the outstated political party, they will do something, they will attack some minorities, and they'll try to blame the others. Again, the upcoming, say for example, there was another political party, last 15 years they were on the run. So they may do it and blame towards the recently outstated political party. So this is happening in some places. But as the media is making out, or they are anticipating, or trying to understand, or circulated in YouTube and other places, although those are not totally correct, there may be some incidents, but it's not out of control,
Yes.
because the communities are taking care. In our country, we have a great stay together in our country for a long time. We have very common events where we all work together. in some form, some kind of religious kind of difference took place in the process. But for the greater cause, for the cause of this success of this uprising, it is a focus for everybody. Say, for example, Bangladesh Army is still supporting this government to form. Bangladesh Army is also trying to take care of it.
Yes.
In some places, just anticipating some accident. Sometime it happened that information came to us or information came to the army control rooms. They instantly rushed to that places and checked it. So after such an uprising, such a revolution, some incidents may take place. As I said, that blame game. They're trying to blame each other. So, but it's not true that a mass or massive kind of religious intolerance going on. It's not totally true. Sometimes, the YouTube or other place, you can make it by AI, artificial intelligence, or somehow you can edit and you can make videos with the previous things. You can add, you can deduct. There are many ways you can make public sentiment. But to my understanding, because of making the uprising success, this thing is under control. We are trying to control it.
Yes, of course.
All the instruments of Bangladesh, whatever active now, we are trying to control it. So if there is some informations going, maybe some of those informations are not correct, but some of those information may also be correct, may not be correct, or may be correct.
Yes.
But it's not abruptly. I cannot say that all those things are not correct, or all those things are correct. So it's not that critical. It's not that critical at this moment. They are scared, definitely. They are scared because if this government, this caretaker or interim government can hold a free and fair election, then it anticipated that it will allow the political party coupled with some fundamentalist groups may come into the power, or maybe after so many years of hidden situation, they came back. Maybe they will try to attack religious minorities. It's a fear. It's only a fear.
Yes.
But I don't say that it didn't happen, but not that way that we are trying to explain. It's not outrightly.
It's about to be under control.
Yeah, it's somehow it's under control. I should say it's under control.
There are reports of refugees attempting to flee to Nepal or India. Do you think there is such a safe passage for such refugees, or are there actually any refugees at all?
It's difficult to say that whether that volume of people moving out of country.
Yes.
And I should say that the situation really didn't happen in that way. That people got to migrate to other places. They got to flee Bangladesh. It's a fear. It's a kind of fear they are suffering, for which it may happen. It may happen. So that's the reason that may take place.
So it is unlikely.
I don't think that. Yeah, it's a fear. It's a sense of fear. For that, it can happen, right?
Well, there are still reports of chaos ensuing on the internet. How long do you think it will take until all of this dies down?
I believe that when the interim government will be able to install law and order situations through effective forces, I think those will be controlled. And I think I believe that during the most critical time, it was under control to some extent.
Yes.
To some extent. I should not say that it's totally controlled. To some extent. A lot of things could happen, but didn't happen because of our vigilance.
Yes.
So I think very shortly, our law and order situations will improve, and the control of the government institutions will come in effect, and the problems will die down. Problems will be streamlined. Yeah.
So their outlook is rather very positive.
I think so. I think so.
Yes.
We're very extremely we're positive. We are expecting a good result out of this interim government led by Dr. Yunus. We are very hopeful. We are very, very hopeful.
Well, thank you, sir, so much for this interview. It was truly a great honor to learn from a general in Bangladesh who has firsthand experience
Thank you very
in
much.
the
Thank you.
Bengali politics. It was truly a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And good
It's a
luck.
great pleasure to talk to you and talk to your
Yes.
viewers. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. This was Anuricca Giri on Words for Tomorrow. Next time, we will bring you even more interesting pieces of information. Until then, farewell.